It's crazy to think this is where we would be in a short 9 years. This game getting a movie seems like a pipe dream, never mind a good one. But then again, here we are, during the resurgence of video game movies. I went into this movie expecting nothing, courtesy of some biased reviews, and left with a grin on my face and a fear in the mind. A video game movie adaptation done in the best way possible. Now, I can't sit here and say I am the most well-educated on FNAF's lore and history. I mean, I've read the books and played the games, but I don't dive into the deeper parts of the lore. But I most certainly understand the basics, and thankfully, so did the director of this movie. I can't establish how good this movie was. The music just sent chills down my spine, especially with that opening credits. Between the actors, the shooting, the story, and all the different parts were done at such an exceptional level, I was blown away. The one thing I didn't believe was the rating. I don't know how this movie passed on a PG-13, but yeah. That's a deceptive thing about this movie. The commercials are made out for you to believe that this would be a zany, kid-friendly movie. What I got was a mind-bending thriller with a constant feel of uneasiness and horror in the most unpredictable of times. For fans of the series, this movie opens all the right doors. The references found throughout, whether it be posters on the walls, plushies in the foreground, or, let me say, some of the more subtle details from the games, this movie is riddled with them. If you come in here searching for hidden lore, you'll find it, but look closely. Every actor in this movie took their role so seriously and snapped expectations in half. Josh Hutcherson pulls off the mentally unwell Mike Schmidt as if he just saw The Bite of 87. Matthew Lillard's excellent performance of the slimy temp agent sticks with you. Piper Rubio as the clammed-up whimsical child is the perfect example of ignorance is bliss. Mary Stuart Matterson's role of the unloving selfish aunt is greed at its finest, and Elizabeth Leo as the police officer that knows more than she lets on. The designs of the animatronics bewildered me. I cannot establish enough how creepy they are. This isn't just some good cosplay, it is them. This is what they would look like. These designs are so accurate and to the teeth no matter which jaw you're looking at. The sudden movements, the simplicity of their actions, and what feels like powerful existence establishes how dangerous they really are. These are machines, and they enter into that uncanny valley so many things have before. Not to mention how they stuff in the creepy idea of these things being haunted is done in what I would say is a cross between the paranormal and coldness of an animatronic, following the concept of the ghost in the machine, if you will. The music in this movie was an interesting topping at the very least. You have your crazy 80s music to establish the age of the business and its founding, back before everything fell apart. Then you have the music of modern day, of a sadder, blander world. And finally, you have the horrifying soundtrack that establishes the unease at the modern day pizzeria, further establishing a horror hidden around every corner. Every moment feels like you are being watched in an untold story through sound. The constant tensions rising as you sit there waiting for it all to spill over. This constant assault of music leaves ideas of these animatronics are just watching and waiting for the perfect moment. I was constantly looking over my shoulder from the sounds. That is tension done right. Overall, the sound design of all the multitude of sound effects further establishes horror, and sometimes it feels like you entered a sinister new world. This movie serves a side dish of homage to some of the music and sounds from the original games, and it will leave you craving more. When it comes to the actual sense of the story, it makes a believable enough reason for Mike to return day after day. I can't tell much about the story without spoiling the movie, but I will say that it manages to combine the reality of real-life issues of things like broken families, mental traumas, drug addiction, and just a slew of deep subject matters, all centering around Mike needs a job. And, well, he sure got it, the role of a security job in a dead-end restaurant with their own thrilling entertainment. Yeah, thrilling, alright. And when it comes to the climax of the story, it manages to leave you craving another slice, and the ovens are still hot. This is an amazing movie that I will be picking up as soon as it becomes available. I absolutely recommend seeing this movie, whether you go to the theater or stream it in your own house. Just be careful you don't let something in when you watch it. It has a little something for everyone, new fans and old, and I promise you will leave the movie craving more. And who knows, maybe we will. After all, they always come back. Hey, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. If you think my content's up your alley, subscribe, there'll be more stuff soon. Or maybe a like, I don't know. I don't know how YouTube works these days.